On arrival, the Frankfurters had settled in the Lower East Side of New York in a German and Yiddish-speaking part of the neighborhood that real estate agents would later rename the East Village. Frankfurter's pleasant and rather ineffectual father sold linens, silks, and furs, sometimes out of their apartment, sometimes door to door, and never to much profit. Money was scarce. Frankfurter attended PS 25, and when he was offered only a half scholarship to the Horace Mann School, $100 of the $200 tuition, he went instead to the College of the City of New York, which offered a combined high school and college degree. City College was already a hotbed of ambitious and brilliant young Jewish students. Frankfurter enjoyed his classes and was an active and successful debater. The fervid atmosphere of intellectualism and leftism engaged him without overwhelming him. "I'd sit hours and hours in East Side tea shops," Frankfurter later recalled. Together, he and his friends would drink highball glasses of tea with some rum in it or lemon and a piece of cake and jaw into the morning about everything under the sun. Frankfurter read widely, browsing across a broad range of subjects and educating himself through the resources of the college and New York City's extraordinary public libraries. While Roosevelt was averaging a gentleman's C at Harvard, Frankfurter finished third in his class at City College and left college, like Roosevelt, with the vague plan of becoming a lawyer. An obsessive newspaper reader interested in politics and public affairs, Frankfurter did not yet aspire to an active role on the American stage. As a recent immigrant, it would have been odd if few Jews were then prominent in national affairs, and although Frankfurter had ceased to be religiously observant, he walked out of Yom Kippur services during his junior year and never looked back. His ethnic identity was obvious and permanently fixed. That he would soon become one of the country's best known and most influential public figures was unimaginable. Frankfurter spent the next year as a clerk in the tenement house department of the city government. While working, he sampled night classes at New York Law School and at New York University School of Law. If, for Roosevelt, Harvard was a birthright, Frankfurter ended up there by accident. He had been diagnosed with influenza, and his family doctor told him he should get out of New York City for his health. Frankfurter was considering applying to the University of Michigan, but a friend in the tenement house department had a brother who was studying at Harvard Law School. Assured by his soon-to-be roommate that the school was not only for the rich, Frankfurter, using the money he had saved while working for the city, decided to enroll. In a sign of his penury, he arrived in Cambridge a week after classes had already begun. He wanted to draw his final full month's salary from the tenement house department. Frankfurter flourished in the law school's exam-based meritocracy. At first, he gloried in the intellectual riches of the campus, satisfying a gluttonous appetite for lectures, exhibitions, concerts. Then came the first set of practice exams, on which Frankfurter performed badly. That was the necessary jolt. I buckled down. Class standing was not revealed to the students, but Frankfurter knew that he had done well because he was made an editor of the Law Review, an indication of accomplishment that conferred status. Through his academic performance, Frankfurter overcame the insecurity that had struck him on arrival in Cambridge. The experience gave Frankfurter what he would call a quasi-religious feeling about the Harvard Law School. The invocation of religion was more than an expression. His law school success enabled Frankfurter to do things that other Jews of the time could not. Buoyed by enthusiastic letters of reference from faculty, Frankfurter managed to get a job at a prestigious Wall Street law firm previously closed to Jews. The hiring partner recommended that Frankfurter take the opportunity to change his name. Nothing the matter with it, but it's odd, fun-making. Frankfurter politely declined, remarking that he'd better get along with what circumstances had given him. Proud as he was to have gotten the job, Frankfurter found private practice uninspiring. 140. How's that?
It's a little tough.